discussing William Shakespeare's play The Merchant of Venice, Act 3, Scene 2. The scene opens in Belmont at Portia's house. Bassanio arrives along with Gratiano to seek Portia's hand in marriage. Now, let us take a look at Portia's famous I pray you tarry speech and see why she likes Bassanio and how he is different from the rest of the suitors, especially Prince of Morocco and Prince of Aragon. This scene is very crucial because in Belmont, Portia talks to Bassanio for the very first time and expresses her feelings for him. She wants Bassanio to spend some time with her before taking the caskets test. She doesn't want him to leave immediately in case he makes the wrong choice, which is according to the conditions laid out by her father. Portia tries to explain that she doesn't exactly love him, but she wouldn't have these feelings if she hated him. Portia is conflicted about her father's will. She wants to help Bassanio choose the correct casket, but that would break her promise. On the other hand, if Bassanio chooses the wrong casket, she would still feel guilty for not breaking her promise. Portia continues to say that it appears as if Bassanio's eyes have cast a magic spell on her and divided her into two parts. That means one half of her belongs to Bassanio and the other half, which belongs to Portia, is also his. Therefore, all of Portia belongs to Bassanio. Portia laments the unfortunate times that has placed barriers between the owners and the belongings, which means although she feels that all of herself belongs to Bassanio, but she is not his yet. Now, in case Bassanio chooses the wrong casket and it proves that Portia doesn't belong to him, then let fate be damned for it, not her. She confesses that she speaks for too long to prolong time and prevent Bassanio from the election of the caskets. But Bassanio wants to take the caskets test right at that moment because waiting is difficult for him. He compares the waiting to being stretched on a medieval torture device called the rack. Portia plays along and asks why Bassanio deserves such torture. He quickly clarifies that he feels guilty for the feeling of doubt which makes him dread that he may not have the one he loves and wants to be his wife. He fears that he won't be able to stay with her for long after the test. Bassanio declares that just as there cannot be any friendship between snow and fire, similarly, there cannot be any relation between treason and his love for Portia. But Portia worries that Bassanio is saying all this because of the torturous situation. According to her, men say anything when forced. Bassanio wants to confess his love for Portia. Now, during the medieval period, confess and live was the option given to traitors. Bassanio says that confess and love is the summary of his confession. Bassanio finally gets to choose the casket. Portia asks everyone to give him space and plays music to create a pleasant atmosphere. Now, we all know that music plays a crucial role in all of Shakespeare's plays. Shakespeare is widely recognized for his skills as a playwright rather than solely as a poet. Okay? His exceptional poetic talent is evident not only in his poems and sonnets, but also in the songs and scattered verses throughout his plays. Shakespeare's greatness lies in his mastery of rhythm and imagery. Music used in his plays may be considered as part of the entertainment as well as directly relevant to the context of the play. During the 16th century, the Elizabethans believed that the swan sings only once, just before it dies. Portia refers to this idea when Bassanio is faced with the decision of choosing the caskets. That means if Bassanio makes the wrong choice of the casket, their opportunity for love will end and Bassanio has to leave Belmont forever. In case that happens, Portia wants it to be graceful like a swan. Fading in music will accompany his end like the swan that sings while it is about to die. For the comparison to be complete, Portia's eyes filled with tears shall be the stream and watery deathbed, just like the river is to the swan. If Bassanio makes the correct choice, they will be able to marry, and then the music will be celebratory, which is quite similar to the sound of trumpets that is customary at the coronation of a monarch. Portia compares Bassanio to Alcides or young Hercules and mentions a story where Hercules saved a lady from a sea monster. She sees herself as the sacrifice and everyone else as spectators. In the mythological story, Hercules rescued Hesione, the unmarried daughter of the Trojan king, from being sacrificed as a virgin tribute to a sea monster. Here, Hercules acted not from love but from desire to get the horses offered as a reward. Portia sees herself as Hesione and Bassanio with much more love than Alcides. The rest of the characters in the scene, like Nerissa and Gratiano, who stand far away in the room, are being compared to Dardanian wives. That means the Trojan women. They are also known as descendants of Dardanus. Now, Dardanus was a person who founded Troy. So, Portia here compares Nerissa and Gratiano with the Dardanian woman with tear-stained faces waiting to see the outcome of the caskets test. Portia understands that if Bassanio succeeds in the test, she will live happily with him. Therefore, she watches the test with much more alarm and concern than the one participating in it. The song, which is sung beginning with "Tell me where is fancy bread," has ominous lyrics. If we notice the lyrics of this song, it seems to give a clue to Bassanio in order to make the correct choice of the caskets. The song plays and the question arises as to where infatuation or temporary love originates, whether it is born within the heart or within the mind. However, according to popular belief, temporary love or infatuation originates solely within the eyes, therefore misleading people, and it dies within the cradle. That means it was born within the eyes and it dies where it was born. The purpose of the song is to assist Bassanio in making the correct selection during the caskets test. We know that this test involves 3 caskets, with only one of them leading to Portia, whom Bassanio seeks. Portia is eager for Bassanio to choose the right casket, but she is unable to outright tell him which casket to pick. Instead, she cleverly incorporates some obvious hints within the song. Please notice that in the song, the final word of each line rhymes with lead, which is the material used to construct the desired casket. Portia's father intentionally crafted 2 other caskets made of gold and silver in order to mislead fortune seekers and divert their attention. However, it remains somewhat uncertain whether Bassanio fully grasps the hint embedded within the song or not. Music plays a very crucial role in this scene. While the main goal is to entertain the audience, songs and music used in The Merchant of Venice also plays important role in the overall structure of the play. Renowned Shakespearean critic W.H. Auden mentions a list of purposes that Shakespeare's poetry and music serve in his plays. Shakespeare's poetry and music used in his plays are used to add to the dramatic relevance of any particular scene. It also helps to set the tone of the drama. Music not only provides insights into the character, but it also helps to convey the state of mind of a character. Just like we are going to see in the next part of this video. That's all for now, everyone. Please check out the second part of the video to understand the complete Act 3, Scene 2 of The Merchant of Venice. I hope this helped. Thank you for listening. Bye.